This is Sarah Mycodall, and today we're here with Dr. Scott McDougall. He is a professor at Massey University in New Zealand and also a research veterinarian with a private practice also in New Zealand. So thanks for being with us today, Scott.
No problem, Sarah.
Very good. Our understanding is that the industry has decided in New Zealand to eradicate Mycoplasma bovis. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So yeah, about 3 weeks ago now, the government made the official announcement that we're going to attempt to eradicate Mycoplasma bovis, which is a first in the world. No one else has tried to do it. So it's certainly going to be a big challenge for us. And I guess you might ask, well, why would we want to try and eradicate it? And really we're in a unique situation that we really believe that the bacteria was introduced relatively recently, probably in the last couple of years into New Zealand. It appears to be restricted to a relatively small number of herds. So we're in a unique situation which allows us to find those herds and to remove those animals, to cull those animals, and as I say, hopefully to eradicate it. So no one's underestimating the size of the challenge, but really we have probably a once in a lifetime opportunity to eradicate it, because if we chose not to eradicate it and this bacteria moves around cow to cow, that within a year or two it would be widespread in the country, and really we would have no chance of eradicating it. So the decision was not made lightly. It's a major decision. It's a very large cost to the taxpayer and to the farming industries, who are both contributing to the cost of it. But we believe it is technically feasible, and with the support of the government and the dairy industry and the beef industry, it really hopefully is achievable. So yeah, it's going to take a number of years. It's not a quick fix, but the process is there, the systems are there, the infrastructure is there to allow us to do it.
And why is industry and the government taking Mycoplasma bovis so seriously?
Yeah, that's a good question. Elsewhere in the world, Mycoplasma is an endemic disease, and most countries just live with it.
Right.
But when you actually look and try and estimate what the costs of having that disease present in the population, it's not insubstantial. There are a proportion of herds that will introduce the bacteria, probably because they import an infected animal, and they'll get an outbreak, they'll get an epidemic of Mycoplasma. And certainly in some herds that can be really severe, where you get a high proportion of animals become infected, and you see the syndrome of multi-quarter mastitis that isn't responding to therapy. The milk production goes way down. You also see lameness, multi-joint lameness, and really it's incurable. And I think it's an important point to make, that once it's in there, really your options are pretty limited. You really have to cull those animals. It also affects young stock, so you get pneumonias in calves and middle ear infections, so head tilts in calves. So the ongoing cost of the disease in a herd is not insubstantial. And particularly in New Zealand, the dairy industry is quite open. We move animals a lot, and we have what's called a share milking system, which allows the farm owner to bring someone who owns cows to bring cows to a farm and farm for 2 or 3 years and then move those cows. And if Mycoplasma was endemic, there would be a lot of complication about moving cows. There would be cost in trying to certify cows somehow or other as free of infection. And that really would impede the ability of particularly young farmers to move their herds and to progress in the dairy industry. So for all of those reasons, we are taking it seriously, and the cost benefits do suggest that at this stage it is the appropriate thing to try and eradicate. So that's why a really tough decision's been made, and that's what's happening.
Very good. Well, thanks so much for all the information, the update.
No problem, Sarah.
Very good. This is Sarah Mycodall reporting.